Hello, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening or good night, whenever is the moment we meet together on YouTube. Welcome back on iKeysRacing, on our racing community and not only. Today I wanted to play for some minutes, few minutes, 1 hour maybe, as a final video, another episode for GTLegends, so we can go on and go on and go on, and maybe one day before my retirement we will reach the completed game scenario sooner or later. So without me losing too much time on chatting, we go back from the FIA GTC 65 Championship. We raced and won, I hope, all 3 races here. Now we go to Zolder in Belgium, Dijon in France, and in Germany for the Nürburgring. Starting from Zolder, difficulty still amateur, luckily cannot be changed through the single championship cup. 20 laps per race. I will try to cut down as much as possible. If you remember, we were racing with the Ford GT40. I would go on with this because it's very good in the scenario power and weight comparison, and I am okay. Let's go. Yes, no possibility to put semi-pro or something else. 35 opponents. Let's go. We can skip to the next session that will be qualifying. We leave the accelerated time on. Car setup will be taken from a previous whatever. Did we race at Spa? No, we raced at Monza maybe. No, yes, for the GT40. Load, so will be all saved then, luckily, for future references. Save. I was also thinking to start to, I don't know, on a website, on a repository somewhere. I don't know. I would like to share game by game all my car setups, not because they are perfect, but just in case you want to try the same driving attitude for each car. We can save the game, stop the accelerated time, fine. Next session will be race 20 laps. We can go down at least with fuel, down to 23 will be more than enough. Resave the car setup. Bingo. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. I'm back in the office. Okay, I've not updated now that I think about it. Oops, little touch. The car setup to maybe slower, sorry, shorter gear ratios, but that's it. Also because, anyway, I'm not doing it right. Fine. Back from the start. I want to put the maximum attention, especially at the beginning, with slower cars, and get used again to the Ferrari steering wheel, Ferrari GTO 250. Makes you drive with a different steering angle for your elbows. So makes the steering wheel a bit lighter less direct in the control. With more and more steering angle also to give. There is also an ugly graphic on top left corner. I will try to fix it later. Okay, now at least tires are a bit more warmed up, should be easier to cope with the understeering tendency of this beast. Be more agile than the Corvette, yes. Now let's catch Ford Mustang, red colored, using maybe more the torque than the raw power. Very nervous and unstable, this GT40, after quite a while since the last time I did drive her. The same Cobra I did push earlier in the race, maybe yes. And definitely yes, lower gears are meant to be kicked in, inserted when you are already at low gears, at low revs, sorry. maybe I have to accept to be maybe less effective than while reaccelerating, but for the sake of the handling. Another touch with the Lotus Elan. Bad, very bad. So the last hairpin is my Achilles heel, my weakness. Okay, at least it's a P9 currently. A bit of points. 22 seconds from the leader will be very difficult. I've lost too much time at the beginning. P8. Thinking to be too late, but the pass of a TVR was not bad. Also the fastest lap. I've lost the count of how many laps elapsed so far. Yes, much better in third gear this corner. It's a P4 so far. 3 cars in front, under 10 seconds, something regained, trying to run as quick as possible. And the problem then will be past all of 3. But I noticed that as soon as the car starts to be lighter with the fuel load, it's a bit better. Tires maybe are also on a better window temperature. Now we have a Shelby Daytona in front. That is powerful as our Ford GT40. Well, maybe not so much. Another fastest lap. Wait when they brake. As soon as they turn on the braking lights, I brake, generally to brake a few meters after them. Advantage of racing line, obviously. Give space. This is Mark Donoghue. We pass also him thanks to the more powerful GT40. I forgot to do the heel and toe. I wanted to give back the position, but just in case the computer would have made a notice like you cut the track, first warning and so on. So for him was all regular for what I get, not too much gain from the cut. So let's try to run away so I can cut down the video until the checkered flag. Okay, we overlap also some Lotus 7. Slower, but nonetheless needed to spice up the field. So far so good. End of lap 19 should be the last lap, the next one. Yes, 20 of 20. Then I will fix the graphic on the top left corner so you can actually read it together with me without doing an interpretation of data and graphic. I have rearranged my way to approach corners, so third gear for the first left and double right corners after the start-finish line. No more heel and toe to not upset the rear. Second gear for the first chicane. Fourth gear using the torque up to the white house, white building on the right, trying to cut the second and last chicane as much as possible. Third gear using the torque for this right corner to not upset the car. Fourth gear also for the downhill left corner at 150 meters. Second gear to not spin while exiting and doing the telegraph with the accelerator, the throttle, to come out from the slowest hairpin, slowest corner of the track. Then again second gear for the last chicane, trying to cut here and there, telegraph with the throttle, then full, and then we luckily did it. So it's a win. Let's finish the race if I find the mouse. Yes, 31 seconds at the end of gap, the second Mark Donoghue together with Mr. Caron, Shelby Daytona, Grossman, AC Shelby. I mean, the cars to beat today were the big monsters. There were many long straights to take advantage of the raw power of cars like these compared to Lotus Elan, Lotus 7 and so on. Best lap time, okay, it was not the quickest by almost 3 seconds, but was okay at the end. Was enough to recover from the early mistakes and then luckily find out a way to take the lead and finish the race in first position. 48 minutes of recording. So 30 points out of 21, sorry, 30 points out of 14 total, fourth race, yes. 9 points over Donoghue, Parash of advantage and 11 over Shepard Boot. I think it will be a 5-sum championship challenge. Let's go in France, in Dijon. Maybe the longest gear here will be needed to be a bit longer, but we will see. Fine, so we go to the next session. We let the cars qualify, and in the meantime, in the 20 minutes of qualification, we go back to Zolder, loading the Ford GT40. We get to Dijon, here we save it. 26 laps, should be 20, so we can go maybe to 24, 66 liters, just because maybe with longer straights it will be a bit difficult. We cannot touch the single gear, but we will use the fifth here, I think. Unless... no, let's keep it as it was. 24 laps. Save it again. Okay, fine. Qualification should be gone. Yes. Resave it. Next session. Let's go. You should see me bigger now here. Thank you to Dimitar Dulichki for the suggestion. Thank you very much, Dimi. You are the one, you are the man, and let's go on. Graphic on the mid left top corner fixed. You should see me also easily now. Let's try also to win this one. You remember we have won here in WTCC with the Volvo at the beginning of our 1987 season, raced with Power and Glory. I hope to do the same here, having a lot of power to unleash once on the main straight. Remember, cold tires. No heel and toe anymore. Does upset the GT40 a lot. Even kicking in too early low gears, use the torque. Sorry, my silly mind does remind me a famous sentence for Star Wars. Luke, use the Force. And here the god of GTLegends tells me, Mark, use the torque. I drive. Before already, if you are lucky, I will shut up, and it should be a short race to view, to watch. Okay, 2 laps in the leadership already, in the lead already. I will take my mastering learning curve of this car on this track as serious as possible, but see you at the start-finish line of the last lap if anything will go right, but not right on this side of the track. Okay, approaching the last lap. The only worrying running issue has been fuel. You can see not the first on the left tachometer, but 3 small circles. The central one is the fuel. It is almost finished despite not blinking the yellow LED lamp or orange on the left side of the rev instrument, RPM instrument, but having almost 30 seconds of advantage over Mr. Scott, I've really driven like a grandfather in the last 4 or 5 laps. I was really worried about having to stop, and 30 seconds would have been critical to be enough or not enough for another stop, so I've started to lift and coast using high gears and trying to drive as smoothly as possible, also not being involved into silly moments of stupidity of the AI like this with slow Lotus 7 in between. But everything is good, what finish is good. Here we are, lap 20 on 20, another victory. And who cares about the fuel? We can finish the race, possibly. So 33 seconds of advantage again. What else? Best lap times? Still, I was not the quickest by 2 seconds and a half, but who cares? 10 points gained again. So now the advantage is of 16 points of Mark Donoghue and his AC Shelby Cobra 289, 19 over Bernard Peruk with another Cobra, the same against Jamie Booth with a TVR Griffith 400. Another 50 minutes recorded, so let's go at the Nürburgring for the last race of today, hoping to cut down the video as much as possible. Let's jump the practice, accelerate the time for the qualification, then load from Dijon the Ford GT40. Maybe I may suggest to use a lower final gear, just to possibly use all the 5 gears. Here will be very important, accelerate and have good traction. Nürburgring, save. It's a 20 laps race maybe. Let's stop the accelerated time, save the game. Yes, another 20 laps. How much fuel here? Maybe for security reason we will go up to 90 liters, honestly, because I don't want to drive as a grandfather like I did at Dijon in the last laps. So let's go to race with, this time, a decent amount of fuel. They give me space, good. Okay, how many laps? 2 already in the lead, good. See you at the end of the race if nothing strange will happen. Maybe we can cut down also this race. Okie dokie, approaching the last lap finally, finally, because I was starting to sleep. Situation is domination. As soon as I've entered a bit driving module after weeks without playing with GTLegends, I've started in a sort of I've started to be in a sort of in the zone scenario, and as you can see in the top right corner, the classification says that the first 12 cars out of 36 are, or 35 contenders, are the only one in the lead lap. Lead lap has been relatively easy, like at Dijon, to be reached once tires are warmed up properly and the car starts to burn a bit of fuel and becomes a bit lighter. It's really literally a game to keep the car on track, be quick. Obviously I didn't do any more lap times like at the beginning with fresh tires, but definitely a very heavy car capable of raw power. That is the most remarkable feature of this car, but also given the amateur level, the AI is really, if not slow in 20 laps, I mean if you overlap almost the entire field, like Gilles Villeneuve said, if you win by 3 or 4 seconds, it's your merit. But if you win by 1 lap, by 1 minute, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, really it's all up to the car. And apart from my mistakes for these today's 3 races, has been really just having the best car, best combination, best compromise of a powerful car together with a very manageable car. So sorry for this. And also I forgot to reassign the heavy feedback to the steering wheel, so at the end I was driving also very light, if I can say so, with the steering wheel, so no particular training for my floppy arms today. And yes, we can finish the race, win as you can see with the just first 9 cars in the lead lap, but really Mr. Shepard was the next one. Best lap times, this time I was absolutely unbeatable by almost 1 full second when needed at the beginning of the race. So really now this cup will finish like this if we don't have already points gained enough to win the cup, even not racing the next 2 appointments. But let's see, because Donohue and Scott registered less points than usually, than in the previous races. So yes, definitely we could jump the next 2 last races, and even if Donoghue wins 2 races in a row, go to 49, so technically the cup is won. Unluckily I cannot increase the level currently for the current cup we are racing, but for Spa-Francorchamps, and I don't remember the last appointment, we will maybe race very quickly and very easily. But the next, let me save and we go back to the main menu. So save, we leave it, yes. So for Spa and Imola, we are going to do what we did so far, technically winning the cup by an amount of point unreachable from any other, by any other contender. The next chapter would be with the episode 30, the FIA GTC TC76, where maybe we will not have anymore the Ford GT40 available, but we will try to purchase or to use something similar, and for 8 races, again with 20 laps this time, sorry, I will reduce by half the races, maybe increasing the levels, less laps available, plus a semi-pro level to at least fight until the end of the cup, because if you remember with this one, we raced 6 races, winning at least 4 out of 6, and the more I train myself, the more it becomes easy to win, and to me it is absolutely too much this way. So if you don't mind, episode number 29 will be conclusion, very short episode conclusion of the cup. We will see the car gifted maybe winning the cup, but I want then to publish before the episode number 30, vice versa, 30. The choice between all the cars available. You will tell me which car drive also for GTLegends, and maybe we'll place things a bit better. And maybe with also the, let me say, the compromise, a very fast car with a difficult level, or a slow car with the actual amateur level. The purpose of hands-on, that maybe then we will abandon until we will have finished this, and this. It is just to discover the game, but at this let me say pace, really becomes too easy to win. So to have a bit of a challenge at least until the end of the season, because they are anyway 8 long races, 6 long races, 4 mid-short races, 10 laps, and then the endurance classics will be, I don't know, 60 laps, will be an almost 2 hours for each race. Too much, in my opinion, too much. Then you will tell me anyway in the next appointments. But at least we gained 3 steps more until the end of the game completed, and then we will go on this way in the next appointment. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for staying on iKeysRacing channel. Remember the community page where you can find polls to be voted, and I just hope you will enjoy a beautiful life from now until the next episode, when we will see each other here. Best wishes to you all. Stay into Kino Racing. Thank you very much. Arigato. A lot of arigato. Muchas gracias y obrigado, but also dankeschön and merci beaucoup and grazie for everything you did for this beautiful community. We are growing day by day. Please continue, please, to like, subscribe, and keep yourself in the loop. As you can see, I'm trying to transform this community into, day by day, more something like the more you decide, the more it happens on iKeysRacing channel, with the democratic way of voting things. Obviously there is a trace already put in place at the beginning of this 2023, so we cannot change, I mean, games or appointments until their conclusions, but because very soon we will finish, for example, the All Japan Sports Prototype Championship, as well as the WTCC 87 season, I have already in my mind some themes and especially different games to show you on these screens. Maybe you will like it, maybe not, but at least they will not stay forgotten on the Steam platform or on my personal computer. But in a couple of weeks it will be more clear for me and for you, but for sure for me. So best wishes to you all, stay very well, enjoy the weekend, have a great life, and see you very soon. From Marco, from Monza, ciao, stay very well, bye bye, ciao. Best wishes to you all, ciao.